This right here is the best Enderman XP farm in Minecraft. It will give you over 30 levels per minute and infinite ender pearls too. You can build it very easily with only these basic materials here, and now let me show you how to do it. First of all, this farm needs to be built in the end. So what you gotta do is find an end portal and beat the Ender Dragon. Once that's done, place down an anvil and put a name tag on it, which you will then name into whatever you see fit. We're gonna need that name tag later on. Then what you want to do is go to the very edge of the end platform and find a spot where it goes straight down. Our goal here is to go all the way down to Y level 1, which is the very bottom of the end dimension. To do that, you want to take a lava bucket and place it at the very edge of the platform like this. Now, wait until the lava has flown all the way down to Y level 1. By the way, in case you find it a bit difficult to see if the lava is still moving or has already reached the end, then one easy thing you can do is quickly go into your options menu and set your field of view to the lowest value possible. Yes, this is very cringe to play, but it makes it easy to see far away things. Once the lava is all the way down, you're then going to take a water bucket and place it right next to the source of the lava. This will now make it that the water turns all the lava into cobblestone. Now, here comes a very important tip from my side. In most other Enderman farm tutorials that I've seen, it is now recommended to jump into the waterfall and let yourself flow all the way to the bottom. But I personally think this is pretty dangerous because if you only make one mistake, you will fall down into the void. So I personally would recommend that you do this instead. First of all, take away the water and the lava again. We don't need them anymore. And then simply take a pickaxe and mine yourself block by block down the cobblestone tower. You're going to do this all the way until you've reached the final block. You then just go one block to the side and build a tower of scaffolding so that you can later go back up. This way, it's much easier and safer too. And as always, if you could leave a quick like for the video, that would really help me with the YouTube algorithm, so cheers so much for your support. But yeah, now that we're down here at Y level 1, you will now go and take 2 stacks of leaf blocks and turn them into a long bridge away from the end platform. After you've used up all 2 stacks, you're far enough away, but if you want to be extra sure, then what you can also do is open your options menu and set your render distance to 8 chunks. If from the point that you're standing, you cannot see the end platform anymore, that means you're now far enough away. To start building the farm now, we want to make a little platform out of leaf blocks at the position that we're now in. I personally prefer it to be 5 by 10 blocks. Next, go to the end of this platform and count 5 blocks back. In this position here, you're now going to delete 2 of the leaf blocks and place a double chest for the loot inside. Then you're going to remove the 3 by 3 leaf blocks next to it and instead fill this hole up with hoppers that are all going to point into the chest. On top of the hoppers, we're then going to place carpets so that later the experience points don't get stuck in the hoppers. Okay, this next step is very important now. Around the hoppers, build a 2-block high wall, and on the side where we're standing, you want to build it up by 1 more block and place down 2 slabs so we can later hit the Enderman through the gap. If you did it right, then it should be a 5 by 5 ring with a 3 by 3 hole in the middle. However, here's a very important safety tip. Endermen in Minecraft cannot spawn on top of leaf blocks. However, it is theoretically possible that they teleport onto them. Now, technically, this farm should be safe. However, I've seen comments from people saying that their Endermen somehow managed to bug out of the farm and then started to attack them, so you can do this to make your farm 100% safe. Go and place 3 temporary blocks on the platform. Against the top one, you're now going to place a bottom slab. Very important, bottom slab, not top slab. You can now delete the 3 blocks again. Now, take a bunch more slabs and cover the entire platform plus the whole bridge with this roof out of bottom slabs. This way, you're 100% safe that no Enderman will be able to get next to you. Okay, up next, over the ring of leaf blocks that we just built, go up 2 blocks with temporary blocks, then place the next leaf ring, and so on and so forth, until you have a total of 12 leaf rings. Once that's done, go up by 2 blocks one last time, and then you want to build another one of those rings, but out of normal building blocks. Which building blocks you use for this doesn't matter, just make sure that it is none of those right here, because Endermen can pick them up and therefore destroy the farm. Next, inside of this ring, place down trapdoors all around and flip them down. But alright, time to build the spawning platform. From our little ring that we have here, we want to go out by 16 blocks in all 4 directions. At the end of these lines, go 4 blocks to the left and to the right. Do this with each one of the 4 ends. Then go in by 1 block and move out by 3 more blocks like this. Also here, do that on all 4 ends. Repeat that step once more by going another block in, but this time we move out by only 2 blocks. Once that's done, you can go and connect all these ends diagonally like you see in the background here. Finally, fill out the entire platform with building blocks. And just by the way, if you wanted to, you could also go and make the platform a bit smaller to save up on materials, but I feel that a bigger platform to spawn them on is actually pretty cool. Alright, almost done. Just 1 step left, but this one is very important, so please pay close attention. Over the center of our drop hole, we're now going to build a pillar of 3 temporary blocks. On top of this tower, we're going to place an iron bar. On this iron bar, you now place 2 temporary blocks and then make walls around like I show right here. Okay, for this next step, I would recommend wearing some armor because you're gonna take a bit of damage. Just very important, whichever armor you wear, make sure that it does not have Thorns enchantment on it, otherwise this step is not gonna work. On the temporary block that is not directly over the iron pole, place a rail. Then take some ender pearls and teleport yourself onto the other block. Repeat this process until you spawn an endermite. Once the endermite spawns, very quickly go to the side and place the name tag on it to prevent it from despawning. Then put a minecart on the rail that we just built and push it over the endermite to trap it in the minecart. Once that's done, you can go and delete all the temporary blocks. The minecart should now be stuck on top of the iron bar. And once you go down to your base platform now, the farm should be working. Endermen will spawn on top, aggro onto the endermite, but they fall into the pit that we dug. You can then take them out with your sword, gaining tons of experience, and if you have looting 3, you can get even more ender pearls as drops. But if you want to get your experience in the overworld, then check out my super OP mob XP farm right here with a brand new design. See you next time, and until then, craft well.